Oh, baby. And I missed it. And I missed it. I knew it was going to happen. All right, let's send this to a new tab. Futures trading, everyone. This is massive. Copy. Put this in Discord 1 second. Going live. And going live. All right, let's do this. Let's get this going. The futures account is booming. This is my Thinkorswim, so let me get this over here for a little bit. Just got to watch a bunch of stuff. This is getting rejected pretty nicely right now. I bet you this is coming right back down. I like to look, this is my 15-minute chart in the NQ. So basically, if you follow the QQQ, you can basically determine direction on futures. Futures 15-minute chart looks like it's pulling back just a touch. I don't think it's going to be anything too significant. I have 2 fills right here at the support level that I'm going to try and get in. Looks like it's trying to go through like a full capitulation thing right now, which I love, right? So I'm currently up 2,100 on the day for futures trading, and looks like I've traded a lot, but these were all just like a few scalps. Most of my money came from this. I made a couple grand, or I think it was like 1,400 or 1,300 just off this little action that happened this morning. Took a little bit of a break to hit the gym because it's very important, and then now I'm ready to get back at it for a little bit. Let's see if I can push this up. I probably won't take too many trades. At 2,100, usually I'd cap this on the day, but I see some good opportunities right now on the 5-minute and 15-minute. I'm going to zoom out to some of these larger time frames. Almost got filled there. Seems to be pretty weak. Literally almost ticked me, which would have been nice. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart looks pretty shitty. 376.50 on the actual QQQ is what I'm looking for. I might exit out of just one of these and hold one execution. And then if it bounces, I would add to my position. So currently just on futures right now. I think you guys can see this. Sorry, G. Yep. 2K on futures, man. I'm up 2,100 right now, 2,140. And it's probably gonna be a much larger day than that here in a second if I can get this entry point. So the craziest thing about futures is you really need to have your stop loss in place at all times. And I'm looking at the 5-minute chart right now, and I like to buy capitulation candles, which is kind of happening right now. I think that it's actually might go lower. I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna cancel this because I think that I would get filled probably better right around this level. It looks like the 5 minutes really starting to fade off. 15-minute as well. We just hit that low. There we go. There's a little bit of capitulation there. I'm going to enter in one. If
Order filled.
It's kind of weak, so be careful. Just one for now. My stop is going to be right here at 15.6. You get stopped out a lot in futures, just so everyone knows. But I like to buy the pullbacks. Keep in mind this is a 15-minute chart. Seems to have some room down on the 5 minutes, so I may get stopped like $100, but that's okay to me. It seems like a pretty good opportunity. I like to buy the reversals. I don't really go with momentum because you get these massive tick downs, and those are a lot of money in futures. So I like it when it slows down and I'm catching a potential bottom. It might stop me, but that's okay. I got a $6 here would be like $100 stop out maybe, like a 130 stop out, but still up 2K on the day, so you can't really be too upset about that. So I'm just in one right now until I see a clear bounce. I'm not seeing it right now. Might take a little bit. I might get stopped out of this one, but the VWAP on the QQQ, if you haven't seen that, is right at like that 376.15. So it's about 30 cents below. Not looking for a massive trade on this one, just to see if I can get a nice little tick bounce, maybe up like 8 points on this. And I would secure maybe $50 to $100 if I can get that tick. I really like the setup for that high of day run, potentially, if we can see some reversal, but the 5 minute looks very weak. Not a ton of opportunities right now. just hovering around a $20 mark, $30 mark. So it seems pretty weak. Micros and bought 5 minis, shit myself, but luckily I was in profit, so got out nice green. Yeah, 5 is way too many. Like I'm even trading with like 1 to 2. Like I mean, you can see I'm already down $70 on this trade, and they move fast, especially during the morning. Right now they don't move as much because it's choppy today, but I'm just basically buying pullbacks and seeing if I can get in. It seems to be pretty weak. A lot of the sellers over here, you can see a lot more sell signals than buy signals on this side. Would take a pretty massive sweep to sweep this back up, but the 5-minute looks pretty weak on the Qs, so I wouldn't even be surprised to see another 30-cent drop. But that's why I have my stop right here, about $100. So if it starts going my way and I can get in there, I may add more with the momentum once I get in the green, so I can average up. But it's pretty weak, so I'm probably going to get stopped here. The afternoon trading in futures is always a little bit harder. I love trading around like that. I usually give it a second, so probably around like that 10 o'clock mark is always a better time to get involved, in my opinion. I think I'm about to get stopped here. Yeah, I got a bunch of sellers.
Stop filled.
So I just lost about $100 and what was that, $30 on that one trade. But that's just one contract, so you got to be careful on the one contracts at all times. I saw my P&L and it said like 300. I was confused, and I saw it was minis. Yeah, these things are nuts. So NQU3 are obviously some of the biggest movers in this space. So got to be careful with futures, but I love it personally. I'm not getting taxed at short-term capital gains. So if I take 90% of this home, I don't get taxed at that. I just put it on my income. So I'm currently watching this QQQ position right here. This is that capitulation candle I'm looking at. So I'm waiting for that VWAP touch, and then I'm probably going to scale into quite a few. I won't lie. Mini contracts. So I just got stopped at 100, but the way that you can make that back is in like seconds. So it's at 376.32. I'm waiting a little bit here to see if I can see a little bit of a bounce candle. Want a little bit more blood, and then I'll get involved. I also may take a QQQ call to 377. Does futures go down as straight income tax, since whatever your income tax bracket you're in, that's what you pay? Yeah, so it's a funded account, right? So if you're using one of these brokerages, which is why they're so popular nowadays, is because if you're getting a funded account, it's not your money. So you don't pay the capital gains tax. They do. You keep 90% of the profits. So therefore, the 90% of the profit that you're making, you're paying income tax. So let's say you made 50K this year. You're paying 50K tax bracket rather than 37% on your short-term capital gain. So realistically, that's what, like 15% or 13% or something stupid like that. So you save a ton of money by using other people's money. But again, you got to be a profitable trader in order to be able to do that. But there are challenges on this. You got to make $4,500 before you lose $2,500, and that's pretty easy if you ask me. I mean, even just today, I'm up $2,000. But you got to have your stop losses. Like right there, seem pretty weak. I'm gonna get back into the call side. I'm just waiting until I see this VWAP tap, which hasn't hit just yet, but that's what I'm waiting for. Seems to be slowing out here. Let me see if I can get this. It's getting pretty close if you can't tell. Right here, it seems to be pretty strong at this level. I'd like to see one more drop down. I would try to buy like a tick bounce, but it might go already. Usually this is a sign that it's going to start reversing. That big-ass red candle. But I hate that VWAP's that close because it could also just be consolidating for one more move down. I'm going to wait for that VWAP, be patient instead of forcing it. I'm up $2,000. I really would love to make $2,500 on the day. So that's only one trade away. If you make like $300K, does capital gains tax work better because of the income bracket? I guess technically, yeah. I mean, if you're making $300K a year off this shit, you should just be taking that profit and putting it in your own account and trading futures with your own money at that point. So there's levels to it. Like get to that point, and then once you would surpass that money that you're going to put, just put your money in your own account, start a futures account, like Thinkorswim, or like start your own. You don't need the funding at that point anymore. So once you get to that level, then it's better to just do it on your own rather than paying 50% in taxes off the $300K. So, but for beginners and new accounts and trying to build up profitability, you know, if you're only trying to make like an extra 50K a year, extra 100K a year, maybe it makes sense to just try that out until you get to that tax bracket point. But personally, I love futures so far. I have no complaints on it. It's a very easy platform. They move great. There's no theta, no income tax. or no, whatever it is. What is it called? Short-term capital gains tax. And it's just direction, right? So if you have some conviction and some patience, and if you look at the QQQ, all it does is go up. So I like the bottom Bollinger Bands. Yeah, straight price action. No chop, no theta, no nothing. You don't have to worry about that bullshit. You just have to be on the right side. And honestly, way less stressful. I love options. I'll always trade options, but I'm getting to the point where I want to trade options when I see massive opportunities. Like a couple months ago when I was just on that massive, or a couple weeks ago, I was on that massive heater because you just saw so many good levels breaking all-time highs. Now people are kind of showing out a little bit, but we are now testing this VWAP about 5 more cents down. I might try to get this. I'm getting in prematurely, and it's going to suck because it might get me out, but I don't want to miss the bounce. It's not filling me just yet. Damn it, I missed it, didn't I? Oh, come on. It's insane that it won't hit me. Get me in, dude.
Order filled.
All right, I'm in 2, which is dangerous, but I'm going to set a stop. See how I'm up 50, 60 bucks already? Just this one tick, 70, 80.
Order filled.
Scale out of 1, and now I have a risk-free trade with this now being my stop right at break even. So this is how I love to trade futures. I knew this was going to come back down. It might stop me on this one, but it'd be risk-free, and I just made the $40.
Stop filled.
All right, so it's not moving as much as it usually does, but that's the way you trade the futures, right? You got to look for these bounces, and then I wouldn't say buy 2 or buy 3 every single time, but once it's in the money, always protect yourself by having no risk. So if I sell one when I'm up 80 and I have a stop loss at break even, then I have profitability regardless. I think I'm going to get back in this. This is weak as fuck, but the 1 hour time frame looks pretty bad. But I mean, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes of straight selling. So personally, I think, I mean, this thing is falling. Damn. You see this is a nice support line, like right in here. And that might be where I go in. But it looks like some buy. It's right at VWAP on the Qs, so I'm sure we'll see some sort of bounce here. I gotta try.
Order filled.
I'll set my stop like right at low of the day. So it might be another $100 loss. But the bounce potential, the risk to reward here would be ridiculous, especially if it jumped up like another 50 cents. If it stops me out on this one, I might take a little break. Actually, I might just get out of this now. It seems like it's still weak. Oh, yeah, it's going to stop me. Yeah, we got sellers all across the map right now. I'm gonna stop out of this one myself.
Order filled.
$40. So I'm only up $19.95 right now, but we're gonna get that back. Only down $100 since I started doing this. I'm gonna wait for some real action here, but I just wish that the action was better before 2:30. But Deck loves the 2:30 stream, so I'm just sitting here waiting. I should probably just do this in the morning, honestly. Is your account upgraded to Pro yet? Yo, what's good? Any big moves in options today? Nothing in options. I didn't see anything in options. Meta was a pretty good move, but it was so expensive, down to 288. Other than that, Coinbase or Nvidia was a pretty decent move this morning off a rip, but everything's just been chopping. Option moves, there's been nothing. I really like that 340 level on Microsoft, but again, just choppy. Tesla had a massive move. I don't know why I didn't play that. I know it's going to 270. It basically hit 270 already from that bottom bounce at 250. Should have easily taken that. I don't know why I didn't. Those probably paid out pretty well, but it is Monday, so most options on Mondays are garbage. Futures, wow, there's really nothing going on. QQQ. I usually hate trading on Mondays, but the futures game kind of is changing my perspective a little bit here. All right, I'm going in on this. I'm not messing around.
Order filled.
I have to play it. There's got to be some sort of bounce here, right? Just so weak on the 5 minute. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but it's just been sitting right at that VWAP level. Just doing absolutely nothing. Looks like it might break down off of it now. That's like 40 straight minutes of selling. That's honestly, pretty impressive. I haven't gotten one bounce yet. I feel like there should be some buyers stepping in at some point here. There's just like, the chop action is crazy. The complete free fall from 377 is pretty aggressive. Oh, I'm down 170. Damn. Oh, yeah, there's the free fall. 340. Wow, I got to stop.
Order filled.
So 1,600 on the day. Jesus Christ. All right, so clearly the bottom of the Bollinger Band is ridiculous. Nice in this drop. Jofi, good shit, man. I just totally forgot to set a stop loss. So that's a good lesson in itself right there. So I just gave back some gains on that. I will get that back, no problem. I just need to be on the right side one time here. But that is why you need a stop loss in futures no matter what. So I just had one, and it dropped $340 on me. So that is a pretty aggressive drop. And I don't see one buyer in sight. So I'm going to sit back a little bit, wait till I see a nice setup. I don't see anything right now. I want to keep buying these bounces for the reversal, but I don't know where all this weakness is coming from. And if you look at the 30-minute and 15-minute, there is a massive support line, like basically right here at this 375.50. And if it breaks below that, we could see that low of the day mark. It looks like it's really trying to break down from that. Why do I want to get calls again? I'm going to stay away. But I really want to get involved with calls, even though I'm up 1,600 on the day. Gave back about $400 probably. Yeah, about 400, maybe 500. But for the sake of education, these things are just ridiculous movers. And honestly, I thought we maybe see a bounce at VWAP, but it just completely got crushed right through. And that happens. That happens in it. And I probably should have stayed in it a little bit for one more bounce, but I didn't want it to come back and bite me in the ass since I bought it at $15.58. So every $5 is about $100 on these, which is pretty aggressive, right? So these things can move ridiculously, but once you catch something like this drop this morning, this was such an easy drop because there was a gap fill on the QQQ to that 374.25, and it filled it from here. So you can see that I shorted it right here, bought it back, shorted it again, and just bought a bunch of them right here at the time. So had a nice short, nice bounce back. So there's a lot of opportunities in these large moves because this $50 move that just happened, one contract, I mean, you do the math there, that's $1,000 per contract. So if you caught that whole scalp down, ridiculous money. Also, what is this thing doing?
Order filled.
I had to get it.
Order filled.
It's easy to scalp this. I mean, that was like $50, but I just saw that was going to be a quick little bounce. But this futures trading, I'm telling you guys, is a game changer. It's not a very good example right now, but stop losses are everything. You saw me not have a stop loss there. I should have. I don't know why I didn't, but I got a little distracted. But Jofi, if you caught that drop, that's nice. I really, really would maybe think about looking for a little bit of a reversal here. This is just a complete sell-off from top to bottom. I wish I would have caught this earlier. It looked like it was going to run up above this 377.50, but completely reversed, and there's not a lot of volume out there, so that it is kind of just getting choppy, which is the worst. Only micros, but still nice. Still, I don't even, do the micros pay less than minis? I'm honestly new to the futures game. I'm just going with direction and chart setup. The SPX is dying. Maybe I should play some SPX options. I gotta text Deck real quick. Just got him. All right. This is pretty nuts. This is ridiculous. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 45 minutes of red candles on the 5-minute chart. So it makes sense that I was looking for a bounce and just didn't get it. I would try to short here, but there's just something about shorting at the lows I just can't do, even though I think it might go a little bit lower. Beauty, catch slightly bigger moves than you, but take less trades. Honestly, I should be done trading. I was up like $2,000 today. My goal is always 1,000 on these accounts, but a day. So I'm still up, but in terms of just streaming late in the day, I just wanted to get on and educate. I have to make some videos on futures as well, so.
Order filled.
I really want this bounce. I feel like it's going to be massive if it does bounce, so I'm just trying to get involved for it. I can make all that money back in no time. Up 75 here. 60. It's at the bottom of that Bollinger Band. I feel like if we retest that. Up 60. I feel like I may have bottom ticked it. Up 75, 95, $100. It's getting close to that VWAP level. We're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. I don't know. 145 here, 150, 175.
Order filled.
I just took 160, so bringing it back. But another opportunity where you can just make a ton of money off futures with just bottom ticking these things. And I love the reversal trading on this. I know you tried to see me at VWAP. Most likely the best opportunities are at the top and bottom of these Bollinger Bands, especially on chop days like this. But the reason I bought that is because I saw some weakness here, but then a lot of buyers, and it's still right there, right at this bottom level. I mean, there's been support line for almost all day on this level, so it made sense to get in here. I got in prematurely here thinking that it sold off way too much. I like to buy these big-ass red candles, like the capitulation candles, let it consolidate for a second, and even if it does go below, I like to buy. I wasn't expecting another massive red candle right there, so I did get trapped. Should have had the stop loss, so that's on me, but you can learn from my mistake right there. And now I'm just itching back to get that money. I'm only down $200 from where I started now, so $220. But videos for YouTube or IG? Both. I'm going to do both. So YouTube, I'll have a little bit more of an explanation on like executions and holding out. I will say today was pretty nuts for me on one of these trades. I forget which one it was. I think it was, might have been this candle right here. I ended up buying 8 contracts. So this was really going against me, like really going against me. I bought longs here, and I was down a lot. I was down about 1,000, so I gave back about 1,000. And I was like, you know what? If this bounces, it's gonna bounce heavy. So I ended up just like buying like 5 of these right here. So I had 8 of these for this entire bounce, and ended up making $1,200, which was something that you should never do because it could have stopped me out and shut my account off and reset it. But it was a crazy move. And if I held it for even more, I would have made like $6,000. It was ridiculous, but missed it a little bit. But here's that bounce, right? So the bottom Bollinger Bands for futures, you don't have to worry about theta at all. So this this bottom to top move from right here to this VWAP level is going to pay you about, well, let's see, $15 there. So you would have made about $300 a contract, a little bit more actually, which is ridiculous because I bought down here and I just sold up here. I made 170 right here. From here is probably another 125, 150. So lots of money to be made in futures if you're just on the right direction. Imagine one of those days that you catch the SPY bottom like this. Try to show you this real quick. Like, where did it go? This morning when SPY was overbought. Where is it? Oh. Or when it was oversold this morning and SPY completely dropped, and then you saw this move in futures per contract. Disgusting. Thousands of dollars. I missed a lot of it. I just scalped it a little bit, but ridiculous. From this move to here is an insane move. That's almost $100. So that's $2,000 in one, just in one. And you could have a stop loss like right here, like 150. So your stop loss stops you out at 150, or you make $2,000. Who would not take that risk to reward ratio any day of the week? All right, let's see what we got here. We're right at VWAP level on the Qs. I don't know. I'm definitely going to try to trade to get back above that $2,000 mark. I don't know if I'm going to get to that 3K day that I wanted, but I guess it's not impossible. I just don't want it to completely reverse. I might be able to get in here. Just not loving that VWAP on the Qs. So now that we're below that, it makes me think that maybe, I don't know, we're really pinned at 376 today on the QQQ. And that's one thing that I'm just trying to stay away from is the chop getting in and out. You know, it runs on you and then it just continues to go. You stream this in the morning. Not usually rotisserie chicken, but I am calling out a lot of my trades in the morning in my channel. I love to watch the Thinkorswim charts, and then I kind of order my executions off of that. So the 15-minute is a pretty nice burial candle. I almost want to buy 10 contracts of the QQQ 377 for tomorrow, just in case we do run back up. That would be about $500 with the $100 stop loss. Be a nice 5R if we start breaking out above this VWAP level here. And the 30-minute looks pretty good. Let's look at the hourly real quick. Hourlies, it might just chop around. Maybe it won't make a big move, but I'm loving the. I'll probably give this 7 minutes, come back for power hour, because then we'll actually get some real volatility again. And then let's see if we can push this back over that 77,000 mark and then be up 2K again. So I'm only down 250 from where I started. And that's just one trade, as you guys can see. With more size than one, usually. I don't think that we're going to see tons of movement at the end of the day, but it would be really nice to see that retest of like 376.50-ish. Kind of bear flagging right now, so just got to be careful. And we've been just zigzagging, so don't expect a massive gain. I mean, this would have been a pretty nice gain if I held this even more. This would have been, what is that, $20? Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been like 500 a mini right now. What a reversal. It's the reversal trades, guys. If you can have enough patience to wait for the Bollinger Bands, as long as it's not being squeezed or whatever, but on these chop days, these Bollinger Bands are really just cooking people. Like if you're getting the bottom ticks here and waiting just a little bit, had more patience than I did, I mean, you're making $700 each mini contract you're buying. And keep in mind, it's not your money, right? So if you're up a little bit like I was, 1820, like I'm up $1,800 on the day right now, but I could be risking a little bit of that, you know, using profits to play with this. So in my opinion, futures are the move. Bro, you are selling or buying if playing the buy side. Huh? Where are you? V. ESU 3 is SPY. NQU 3 is QQQ. And now I'm starting to think that we're going to run even more. I'm setting some buy limits for a little pullback and then a run. I really wish I would have held this. This would have been nice. This is all my fault. I should not be down at all right now. I completely forgot about setting a stop loss. I would have set my stop loss right here at this support level. So it would have been way less of a loss. It would have been like 150, 160 rather than the 320 I took. But it's all right. We made a nice trade back. We'll make another one to get back to basically break even at that $2,000 mark. And then we'll see if we can take one more trade, get to that 2,300 hopefully. Or, yeah, 2,300 area and continue to run this thing up. There are times on here where I'm going to go insane on these futures. Like right here at this bottom, if I wasn't battling that $300 loss, I probably would have bought a bunch of these right here and had a stop loss like right here. And might have been like $300-400 in a really, really quick way. But, I mean, this reversal would have paid me $1,000, $2,000 in no time. Smaller contracts in use. There might be. I'm not sure though. Is there smaller contracts in the NQU that aren't as expensive? I personally have no idea. Like I said, I'm new to futures. I'm just been raking in the money from it. MNQU. I'm assuming the moves aren't as good. I'm not even gonna look because the NQU is my favorite. Every future contract has micro. Just put them M before the ticker name. Ah, cool. Oh yeah. My bad. I got the referral link right now. If anybody wants this, let me know. The referral link to Take Profit Trader. You don't have to do this one. I don't even know if I get paid for giving you my link, but I know that they're offering a free promo right now. So if you want it, I got it. I don't really know where this is at, but I did have it. Like, boom. There you go, brother. There you go. Why is this not working out here? I hate Mondays so much. They are literally the slowest day. And I don't want to buy in the middle of the chop. I definitely should have just waited for that bottom bounce. QQQ 1 hour. I honestly might just hang up the hat for now. It is 3 o'clock now. I'm sure we're going to see some D quotes come in here around 3:15. I might buy back in. I don't know. I don't think I can do it, but this is that zone right at that VWAP, so I might put a limit order there if we do test it. If we do test it, it might break down, which is always the risk that you have to take, but I would set a stop loss. And the best thing about this is you can kind of make this automated, right? So I could sit here and I could buy this and sell here, right? Sell one limit. And then I could put a stop loss right here if I wanted to, just like a small stop. Sell one stop there. So like it would execute me, I could walk away and this would stop me out. And I could also set like, a take profit one here by selling a set limit. I don't like it. I don't like anything that's going on right now, I won't lie. I don't like any of the setups. I don't want to force it, but the best setups are the ones at the bottom of the Bollinger Band for bounces, top Bollinger Band for bottoms, and those capitulation candles. Like I said, that VWAP breakdown is entirely my fault, so I did take a little bit of a loss on that. Made some back on the bounce there, though, but wasn't as confident with full size because of that loss. So now we're completely bouncing this 15.543 all the way up to this 15.73 that it just hit that's $600 a mini. So that's a lot. Tuesday at 8 a.m. Sorry, guys, I got a bunch of stuff going on right now. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so nothing's really happening. It does kind of look like that the 15-minute chart is kind of trying to get towards that 377. There's a lot of room up there, but I would never really buy anything in the middle anyway, whether that's options, futures, or even just stocks in general. Just made a quick 803 minutes. That's crazy. Let's fucking go, man. I'm assuming it was that bottom tick. And here's that pullback here. So usually these massive like pullback candles right here are continuations to the downside. I don't know. I personally think that it's probably going to bounce just because of that Bollinger Band at the bottom. This is a nice pullback here. These are usually where I like to get involved because we're right at that VWAP level. I can't imagine that it actually stays. You know what? I'm actually shorting this.
Order filled.
And if I get stopped, I get stopped. I'm going to keep it very small. I may end up getting stopped on this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get stopped. I'm going to try to be patient on this for a second. It's bouncing right at that VWAP level, but usually that massive red candle like that is going to show me some downside. There's also like no volume in the market, so I can't imagine that it does much. I'm going to stop myself out manually here at 150. Oh, yeah. Stopperooski coming in hot. Maybe not. I do kind of like that downside a little bit. But we're just chopping. There's like literally no opportunity, it looks like. No real opportunity, at least. It looks like it's just going to be like $150 here, $150 there. There we go. A little bit of a short here in the green again. Let's see if we can break this VWAP. It looks like it's headed down. I don't know how much it would go down. I think I got a pretty bad fill.
Order filled.
I just cut it down. I just cut it basically flat. I don't like this action. There's no reason for me to be just trying this stuff. I'm already up $1,800 on the day. Gave back about $200 some, but you know, that's an easy trade. And I'd rather put the risk on when there's more volatility. I mean, the stock is moving 30 cents at a time, and you could still make money off that. But if there's no clear edge or no clear direction, there's no point in trading these. The main goal to tell you about the futures is take profit futures. Yeah, I do that. Can we use Thinkorswim charts to trade the take profit futures? Yes, I look at that. I look at TOS and trade on Trade of 8. But the main goal is to basically get high probability setups. Like when you're seeing massive sell-offs like this, I saw a huge red candle here, a spike up, and I started seeing a little bit of a green candle, but I noticed earlier in the day that there was a level to be filled. Where's she at? At 374.25. I forget where that level was, actually. Daily chart, probably. Yeah. All right, so the QQQ. Oh, you guys aren't even going to be able to see this. Hold on. Here it comes. So, Trade of 8, or futures trading, it was sick this morning because I look at the 4-hour time frame, and if you notice on the daily chart really quickly, there is a couple days ago, there was a little bit of a gap. It wasn't a huge one, but a small one that didn't yet fill. Is this 374.25-ish area. And I noticed this little green tap and weakness. And below this low at 375.20 something, that was when I got the true conviction that it was going to fall even further to that 25 cent level. And that was an easy move because this 375.56, I ended up scaling in for this drop down earlier because I saw the level. And I actually added more at this breakdown, and it just completely flushed to basically this level, started taking some profits off the table there. But you can tell when there's levels to be played, they get there quick, especially early on in the day. So you can use the 4-hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever it is. And this is the level from where it was right here, this 374.18 from way back a couple days. And look exactly where it broke down. You saw that there was a lot of room right there on that hourly chart, 30-minute chart, whichever one you wanted to look at, and an easy trade. So this is all coming from this level way back here. So 374.25. I saw the breakdown here. The 1 hour chart looks really bearish. So once we saw that top tick and then a reversal, I knew that there was a lot more downside to come. And then within 5 minutes, it's ridiculous. I'm going to catch it the last 30 minutes too. Be careful. It's also good to have some patience as well in futures because you got to wait for these Bollinger Band tests. Like right now, it's just doing absolutely nothing. And a lot of the day, that's what happens. But if you can just catch one or two of these moves, you're done for the day. You could buy one, make 500, buy one, make 300, buy two, make 600 real fast. Like there's so many opportunities, and that is where you need to have a stop loss. That's the biggest piece. So Mondays are always the worst day. You are right. This is the worst price action ever. But regardless, still pretty good opportunities all around when it comes to futures if you have the right setup. To me, when I look at the 1 hour chart over here on the QQQ, it looks like it should be breaking down, but there's no volume. So I'm sure we're just going to get chopped out for the next 50 minutes, and we'll spend a lot of time just watching this. But not really too much going on out there. I'm up $1,800 on the day on futures. I will take that. My goal is always $1,000 a day. But then again, I was up 2K, gave back 200 on the stream just because of the chop, but just still trying to educate and get the thing out there that futures are really a game changer if you can utilize them correctly. So I would end up making money on that short just a little bit, but it's just chopping around. I'd rather just take the $20 hit instead of catching a bounce for no reason. So still gotta work on maybe some less trades over here, but it's just so fun to just scalp in and out of these things. I made my bulk of my money over here this morning, about 1,200, and then I've just been scalping ever since to scalp another 600. So futures trading, I think it's great. I just kind of take reversals of all these ticks, and it works out. So that's all. That's really all I got. I'm going to probably stay on and watch this for a little bit, but I might mute my mic for a second just because I have a call here in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to prepare for that for a second, but I'll keep my actions over here so you can see and watch, but I'll still live trade. If I see anything, I'll turn the mic back on and start talking about it, but I don't want to just bore you by talking about this stuff because there's no real setups in the market. We could talk about real quick some setups that I'm looking at in the options chain, but I don't see much. We got Snapchat, we got Spotify reporting over the morning here. This is coming down pretty nicely, so I would assume that there's not very much action. I am going to trade the shit out of this tomorrow, most likely. Hopefully there's a big move in it, maybe like $11, or we get a nice jump to like 173. It's in a middle action here, so usually when you get middle action, you get a nice move, and then you can basically day trade that early on in the morning. So Spotify is my number one. Can get chopped up in futures easily. Oh, yeah. Then we got Microsoft earnings on Wednesday or Tuesday. This is doing absolutely nothing. Mondays are terrible action. I do want to have everybody's alert on NVIDIA because if I see NVIDIA above this 455, I may position for like a couple months out $500 calls because this thing is a moonshot. And as soon as it gets the green light, it's consolidated enough to really get to that point. So that's what I'm watching for. Also, damn it, this thing really collapsed. That would have been a nice little $300. But we're all good. We are all good. Nothing's really happening, so I'm probably just going to, like I said, mute my mic so I don't just... Oh, it's not sending me the confirmation email. Confirmation email for what, Taylor? Yeah. Someone asked me, what is the prime time to trade futures? I personally like trading options in the first like 15, 20, 30 minutes just because there's the most action, most volatility there, so you can really catch a nice move. And then I kind of like to switch to futures around that 9:45-ish mark because you'll see a oftentimes you'll see a massive reversal, right? Like you can see huge reversals at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands here, and you catch them once it's like oversold, and then you could be done in futures within the first like 10, 15, 20 minutes. But then also 10 o'clock news is also great to watch too, as you get a lot of action at 10 o'clock, and then after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you'll get another reversal. So I like to play the opposite side. So if we just get these massive red candles like this, I try to buy the bottom ticks. As you saw here, I did get stopped out of VWAP, but if you're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, I think that that's a beautiful strategy in future. You could get in, get out, you could scalp, or you, if you're patient enough, you could literally buy here and hold all day. And I mean, it's probably best to sell out here, obviously, in this example, but you could literally hold all day, set your stop loss at break even, and you have a full on day of just being in one futures contract that could literally go up thousands of dollars if you have the patience. If you bottom ticket, then you don't have to worry about being in the red ever because there's no theta, which is gold mine. So if I bought a contract here, I wouldn't have bet red one time today. And let's just say that it continues up all day long, I'd be up thousands of dollars just off of one. So it all depends on how you play it. There's scalpers. There's literally tick by tick you could trade, or you could have some patience with it. But be careful with that patience level unless you catch a very nice bottom or a very nice top, and then keep your stop losses very, very small. They will add up over time. I'm telling you, those $40 wins, those $100 wins, they add up very fast. I mean, I was up $1,100, and next thing you know, I took like 4 or 5 trades, and I was up $1,800 in no time. So a lot of opportunity here. I'm going to go silent here for this call that I have, but I'm going to keep my screen up, and if you guys see me trading anything, I'll just hop in the mic and tell you what I'm seeing and what levels I'm going to try to either take a long on or a short on. But I probably won't be trading too much more for the rest of the day, but we will see. If I see some good action coming here in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, I may hop back in.
Order filled. 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 Order filled.